Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another live stream today. I know it's 2 in 1 day, but I'm in a really good mood, and I really don't want to waste that good mood doing nothing. So I figured I would pop back on and, I don't know, start a chat, just to discuss things. If you couldn't figure it out on the thumbnail, I was showcasing some of my filament spools that I have to find storage for. Oh, look, my forehead's all shiny. Looks like I'm going to have to work on the filters a little bit. But, oh well, that's something else I can work on at another date. I'm trying to get the settings tuned in for the background. And it looks better than it did earlier. It's not quite as noisy, but now I've kind of washed myself out to the point where now I'm getting these weird artifacts and stuff. Look, I'm like an alien, or I'm shimmering. So, let's see. So where do we want to begin? That is the question. I'm going to switch over to chat view so I can actually see it. So let me do that. And I got to do a quick shout out to Kelly Gaynor. She, hopefully I pronounced that right, and hopefully it's a she, not a he. I'm not sure which, so I apologize. I just wanted to point out that a couple of suggestions were made for me to check out a Amazon product for the shelving solution, which was awesome. It looks really cool, and I kind of pointed out that I was kind of trying to do things as a maker, so I didn't want to rely too much on buying commercial goods to achieve the goal that I want. I mean, I'm kind of shooting towards using. See if you can see it, the PVC pipe, because PVC pipe is crazy cheap, and holy cow. Hi Kelly. Now, like I said, hopefully I wasn't sure, I wasn't trying to be too gender specific, but I've met both guys and gals named Kelly, so. And the Thingiverse link, yes. I just looked at that, and I thought that looked fantastic as well. And I might still be able to use some of that and still be able to use this. So, I appreciate the link. So, hello, Kelly and David. Okay, thank you, Kelly, for correcting me. You are indeed a dude. Okay. So, sorry about that. You have my apologies. I think it's going well. I was a little shortchanged earlier on the first stream I did today, so I wanted to make sure that I had an opportunity to pop in and answer any questions as a result of the previous stream. Previous stream. So. But yeah, anyway, this is the PVC that I have been using up until this point, unsupported, okay? The ends have been supported, but the filament spools themselves, yes. Thank you for that. The sun's too bright to go to a different part of the park. Yes. Well, I mean, this has been, honestly, it's been a goal of mine to actually use this green screen for something other than just a backdrop in my my videos and streams. And it's kind of been a running gag, actually, at this point, because I think it was in the early part of 2017, I bought this from my other office, and it actually operated as two functions. One, because I really wanted to do a green screen and do stuff like this. And two, because it also sound dampened the room a little bit. And I've got two small kids, so, them screaming around, it created less echo in such a small space, so. Yeah, I really like this setup here. I'm going to turn the screen here in a minute because I want you guys to see the parts. I just printed the Easy Able parts for the CR10. I don't know how soon I'm going to be able to actually do that particular job, but I had a gap in some of my project jobs, so I figured I would print those real quick. So that's one of the things I did. I just ordered the micro SD card for the, I'll bring it over if I can reach it without unplugging anything. This is going to be the Octoprint. So I've got the SD card coming. It's just a 65 gig. So I don't know how that's going to affect the time-lapse portion, which I do intend to utilize at some point because I think that just looks so fantastically cool. And I have a couple of jobs coming up for, well, just to kind of showcase the US monofilaments filament. So I'd really like to take advantage of the time-lapse. One way or another, I'm going to be using time-lapse when I print those. Total print time on the Streetlight is going to be 31 days, according to Simplified 3D. Hello, Canadian Maker Project. How are you? So yes, 31-day print. That is the biggest print job I have ever done. It almost maxes out the CR10S build volume. There are several sections to the Streetlight. I believe it is going to be right around 8 feet tall when I'm done with it. And it is going to be illuminated, so it's going to have a the translucent dome on the top of it. It's kind of like the light fixture. I'm doing it round, and it's going to be a lithophane. So it's going to actually, hopefully, if I get it right, it's going to show, you know, US monofilament on the outside of it, and then on the one side of the support tower for the street light, it's going to actually say US monofilament kind of engraved into it. Hello, Rover and 3D Medic Vince. Wow, I got everybody. I guess I should do these live streams at this time every day, or not every day, because that would just be impossible for me right now, but more often. And I'm sorry, I should put the computer in front of the camera so I could actually stop turning my head while I'm reading. So hold on, let me catch up, David, and use PVC to make it all. Oh yeah, no, I can do the 3D printing for the spool. Actually, like I said the other day, Joel Telling was doing a piece on his wall-mounted rig for filament spool, and he talked about how he's looking at possibly having a rack out system so he could pull the spools out and he can kind of hook them to another device and be able to spin them into the printers. I don't really need to do that much. Originally I was using just the PVC piping. Like I said, this piece here, this has been mounted on my wall since mid-2017. And it's had probably about 8 spools of filament on it. So, and just because I can, this is just hilarious. Look, are you ready? I'm invisible. It's my camouflage. It's 3D printed, 100%. See? You can't see me. It's new technology. And it's made out of cardboard, and it's a folder, but it's still fun to do. I feel like such a kid with this. I really do. This is something I've wanted to do for a long time. And this picture actually was just taken like 20 minutes ago. Just so you know, I was taking my son out to do a bike ride. So, good times. He's very happy about that. So, and anyway, this is the InMove finger. I can't remember what it's called. It's the just the starter finger, I think is what they call it. And I have ordered the servo motors for that. So I will be working on that hopefully this next week. So I'll do a live stream when I'm doing that. I have to get some filament though. Make a suit out of it. Hold on. Oh wow. Am I behind? Spool stand. Make a suit out of it. Also a diffuser for the light might actually fix the... Yes, that is true. A diffuser would help. I don't have a soft box yet. So, or a diffuser box, whatever they call that. So, and I probably have sweaty forehead, so that probably doesn't help. Look, see if I go like this and I look down, Actually, hold on. We'll try this. Let's see if this works. Okay, testing to see if we need a diffuser. Ready? I think you're right. I think we do. We need a diffuser. Or a mirror. You're right. We absolutely need a diffuser. And ironically, there is a diffuser on it because this is a fluorescent light up here. It's like right above my head. So maybe I should switch that to like the LED light. Maybe that would help it. Yeah. Oh, I can do that too. Hold on. Let me get in position here. Well, almost. It's not a very big folder. But, you know, the point's there. Yes, I could do the wax paper thing. I've heard that's like, or what is it? Parchment paper, not wax paper. Is that? Are you talking about wax paper or parchment paper? Because I've heard parchment paper. Well, that's actually going to be used on my vintage street light on the inside for the LEDs. Because I'm using the string rope lights, like the ones I've got on my workbench down here. So, very thin piece, like white pantyhose material. I could go to the store and get some of the, what is it, that batting? It almost looks like fiberglass mesh in the sheets that you pull out. It's a kind of a quilted stiffener. It works on, like, if you're making quilted blankets and pillows and stuff like that, it kind of stiffens. It's backing material, something like that. I could probably build a box like that. Wax paper's cheaper. I know, but I use so much parchment paper. Wax paper. All right, I will look at wax paper. Hold on, let me write that down. So, wax paper, soft box, right? Box diffuser. Well, the other thing I could do too is I'll get a little bit of noise if I do this, but what I can do is go into my filters and I can turn my gamma down, and that might actually, no, it's not the gamma, hold on, it might be the brightness. It's not the brightness. Contrast? No, definitely not the contrast. Similarity? Oh yeah, that's the similarity one. So I can try to bump that just back a little bit. Let's see if that works. See, it adds a little bit of noise, but it did clear it up a little bit. So, for right now. But I do like it because the picture, I mean, it's not quite natural light, but, you know, the picture works with it. All right, sorry, I got distracted messing with that. I got to stop doing that. Well, I'm glad it looks way better. I got to keep watching my my microphone because this is the third stream I've used it on, and I'm concerned that the battery might actually die, which could happen. And if it does, I've got two batteries sitting like right over here, just in case. Yeah, well, that's what I was talking about too. Is the that, like I said, I don't remember what it's called. It's like it's the fabric stiffener that you put behind cloth when you're like making quilts and stuff. It's real thin, but it's kind of stiff. But it's also like fairly translucent. Okay. Okay, I got sidetracked. What was I going to talk about next? So, yeah, I've got something that I've been wanting to try for a while that I can now because I've got the CR10S, which is this, which is the, oh, that is neat. Look, you can see through the Hatchbox filament. It's magic. Look, there's filament and there's not. That's interesting because that's actually gold. Oh, that looks really bizarre. But yeah, this is, see if I can get it. Focus, focus. This is PET G gold filament. And I've been wanting to use this, but the last time I used this, things went horribly wrong. And it's because this stuff is rated at 240 degrees C to 260 degrees C. And most of the hot ends that I'm using have PTFE tubing in them and extended. I don't have a purge filament yet. I will get it, but I don't have it right now. So, I mean, I'm going to hold off on doing this just yet. So that's one thing. But I do have other filaments that I can try out, because I have to do more maker coins. And so I've got this 3D racks. Yeah, that's not empty. That's actually almost a full spool, because I barely used any of it. I used enough of it to destroy a build plate when I didn't realize that PETG, if I was printing on bare PETG, it would actually bond, or bare borosilicate glass, PETG would bond to it. I didn't know that at the time. I found out later. This is 3D racks, which is, I'm gonna print some maker coins out of this. This is freaking cool looking. I don't want to take it out of the bag just yet, because even though it's sort of a loose pack, I'll try to see if I can show it to you. It's a, oh, you cannot see that at all. Oh my God. Anyway, this is a really cool looking, it's a translucent purple. So that's something I'm looking forward to trying. And it looks black on your screen, so it's not helping you at all. Sorry. It's called Purple Haze. Wonder if they were, well, I'm not going to speculate. What else do we got? This one is, and this is 3D Racks. It says it's made in the USA, by the way. I did get this on Amazon. This is a, no idea. It's a lemon yellow, which again, you probably can't, oh, look, see, it's trying to go transparent on you. That is so funny. So, yeah, I wasn't going to say that, David. So, that's another one that I'm going to try. I am going to be ordering some US monofilaments, like I said, for the lamp project. And because I want to test it, I did not mic the filament when I ran it through the machine the first time, because I really just, it was a sample, and I was like, I just kind of want to print it. So I did, and it came out beautifully. Like I showed on the live stream earlier, I mean, it's a really fine looking print. You can't really see the opacity too much because my setup here is horrible. I don't really have a studio. I sort of used this as a studio, but it's not really set up as a studio yet, because I really don't have that much room in here, to be honest. I mean, it takes like 3 steps for me to walk across the room, and the length is like 4 steps, so. Yes, I'm sure they just like the Jimmy. So, yeah, I've got some old filament that I'd like to do some coins out of. This is an old roll of 0 filament that's been sitting. It's kind of, I can't remember what they call it. They call it skin. And I'm not kidding. It's kind of like a cross between a flesh tone and a peach. So I'm going to be doing that. So that's another one that I've never printed a maker coin out of. I've got like a regular purple in there, and then we've got some yellow, like a regular yellow PETG. So I'm looking forward to trying that. But I really don't want to do that I don't want to mess with PETG too much right now, just because I'm trying to stick with PLA just for the time being until I have another unit to mess with. So I will be getting one at some point. Flesh tone crayon. Yes, that's actually a great way to word that. Thank you, Matt. David. Hi, Matt. All right, so what else? So we got the finger project that I'll be working on this week, ideally, as soon as the servo comes in. Not sure what that's going to involve in terms of programming. I know that they have a like it's like kind of an open source software for the in-move robot. So I'm really itching to do that. I've got probably 3 weeks or less to get that done, because I have to have it available for display here, because I've got some people doing a walkthrough and they kind of want to see what it is that I want to be doing, and that's kind of part of what I want to do, working with veterans and other people that I can help with getting prosthetic devices. I don't have the printer for it yet. I still want to get the Raise printer for that, because it's a really nice build. I like it. I've seen a lot of reviews on it. I'm talking about the new one, not the older one, not the was it the N2, but the new one. And it's extremely expensive in terms of what I can afford typically in a budget, $6 grand. But it's, in my opinion, it would be worth it, and it would pay for itself in relatively short order if I get a couple of contracts lined up for that. So not a bad thing. I'm definitely thinking about getting another CR10. I'm not sure if I want to go with the CR10S or a bigger version. I've got the CR10S. I almost want to get a second one, just because I can't even tell you how happy I am about it. I just got done printing, so why don't I grab those real quick. The printer stopped printing a couple hours ago. I'm not going to waste your time by turning the camera and flipping it around, because you have already seen me pull parts off of Magigoo, and it is sick how easy it is to come off. I did a test earlier while it was up to temperature, and the bed I am running at 60 degrees Celsius, because that's what Paul had asked me to do at Where Nerdy is Cool. So please like and subscribe his videos if you can. Like and subscribe mine too, okay? Just saying. If you like my stuff, I don't do it just because I asked you to. I can't get to my nippers. Okay, so the first time I have had a failure, well, my version of a failure on the CR10S is this one, right here. So you see the strings in there? Oh, and why did I get the strings? I could tell you, and you're gonna laugh. So you can see the overhang right there? You see where it's kind of boogery? What I did is an experiment. I wanted to see how well this would do the overhang for the Easy Able parts. So one of them I printed correctly, like this, and the other one I printed incorrectly, like this. And, well, this piece is a little bit I probably printed it a little bit too warm. I think I was running at 210 degrees on this one. I should have probably done 200. It had a neat effect to it. I mean, it's wicked shiny. I don't know if you can tell that or not with the camera, but this is such a shiny piece. And this is, the cooler for the Easy Able. And this one did have a little bit of a hiccup, which is right, let me see, right there. I don't know if you can see that. You see the boogers? It's like right here. There's some boogers right there. And that was because that's printed in midair. So, I mean, what are you going to do? I mean, that's pretty awesome for an overhang. But this, I didn't want to print it with supports, because I hate supports because I'm lazy. That doesn't mean you shouldn't use them, but I just didn't want to. I wanted to kind of stretch this machine out a little bit and see what it would do. Care if I post a link real quick? Want to post something that would work for the diffuser? Sure, as long as it's nothing inappropriate, we're good. Oh my God, Kelly. Oh, sorry. Holy crap, dude. How is things in the service, by the way, now that my brain's working again? Holy God. I feel like such a moron right now. Yeah, it's okay to laugh. I think I've told people I'm really horrible with names, and when they disappear off the, off of my chat forever, and then they show back up again. Ah, so that's why you're back. Nice. Yes. So for everybody that does not know, Kelly did offer to buy me a camera at one point, and I did turn him down. So, because like it's the same reason that I sent out the apology video actually, is because as much as I want to feel like I deserve that kind of thing, it's not. I don't know. I don't want to feel. I don't know. It just makes me feel dirty. I mean, I've got the stuff in place if anybody wants to, and I mean, I would be certainly grateful. I mean, maybe I should, like I said, I've talked about doing the Patreon thing before because then people can do whatever, but I don't know. I'm doing it for fun. I mean, yeah, the money would help because then I could buy other stuff like printers and things, but anyway, so a thank you to Kelly for all that. And congratulations for being on shore duty too, by the way. Are you anywhere fun? Because my version of being on shore dirty was, I think the last time was on a barge. And I had to stand watch. And then I got to go home for a couple days. Except for during the work week. But then I had some weekends off, so that was pretty fun. These parts fit together great. Look at this. I mean, it's like, even with the boogers, it's like, I mean, it's like, boop, there it goes. I mean, I'll have to do a little bit of cleanup on this, but it hits this, I think it hits the lip that it's supposed to hit, so. That is fantastic. Fantastique. And I've got this part, this is where the probe goes, because there's two versions of this. Probe goes on that. So anybody that's doubted the quality of the prints on the CR10 has not seen this. Although there is some weird stringing going on here. Like right there, stringing. That's the most stringing I have seen on this printer. Oh, it's because this was doing an overhang. If you can see that, there's an overhang in there. So yeah, see it? That's what caused that stringing. Let's see, what about this one? This one, that is funky. Oh my goodness, that's funky. I wish you could see what I'm looking at here. There's oh, you can kind of see it. There's a weird swirly pattern in there. That's just cool looking. So, yay. But yeah, this is, again, and I've been printing at like 0.15. So this isn't even the max resolution I can get on this printer. And I mean, look at the layer lines. I mean, you can see them, but I mean, that's that's fantastic. This is the best printer I've ever owned. Yep, that is way better than 18-hour work days. Thankfully, yeah, that was about right. Yeah, no, I don't miss that. Not even a little. I should have retired because then I'd be making a lot more money. But I didn't. I was dumb and very young and stupid. Hopefully you're much smarter than I am. And was. Okay, so what else? So yeah, that's the parts for the Easy Able. Because that was one that Paul recommended. Black shoe. I shouldn't have said that too fast. I want to see what Kelly says. Hello, Tanner 3D. How are you tonight? We're hanging out. This is just a sesh, a thing. Hey, and does anybody have young kids? Just questioning. Other than Matt, I gotta ask: do your kids do this? You know, the dab? I'm telling you, I don't know what I think about that yet because it's freaking me out. I just wanted to throw that out there. Tired and accomplished. That's awesome. It's always good to be accomplished. Tired is a constant state of being. You're trying to figure out what he means. If you mean what my boots look like, they were scuffed up black boots that I didn't have time to shine up. I got paid to shine people's boots when I was doing it. Congratulations! Don't worry, I won't call you sir. Well, I mean, I would out of respect, but not out of rank. Yep, I graduated as a third. I turned down a second. Could have been first. But it was a good time. I don't regret it. Your grandson is 4. Yeah, I think it's probably a little too early for the dab. Oh, I see what you're saying. Well, I mean, we did wear boots. Well, at least I did too. I had to wear steel tip boots most of the time when I was in the Navy. Only when we were doing like parade activities or stuff that required dress did we actually wear shoes, other than when we were actually in civies. Yes, and Kelly, if you ever want to do any shout outs of some of the other channels and Patreons that you support too, I mean, I think I would be happy to subscribe to those as well. I mean, ideally they'd be in the same genre, but of what we are doing here. But do I really have a genre? Genre. Because I think most of the stuff I do is kind of 3D printed-ish related. But I have done the Wish videos and stuff like that. Now the new uniforms allow you to wear brown suede. Ugh. Oh, that's awful. Well, that makes sense, though. That really does. Matt, sorry. About the brown shoes. Although I never really cared for that, what is it, that clear, what I'm trying to remember, not Kia, but the shoe wax there. It's been so long since I've shined shoes, dude, that I'm wearing hiking boots right now that are about ready to die on me because they get absolutely abused. I know I have more, I got more coins I gotta make too. I should start sending them out too. And has everybody seen the printer that we're talking about giving away, by the way? Or would you like to see it? Yes. Well, I wasn't gonna say it out loud right now because, but you did. So yes, that's what we used to call Airedales. Because that's what they look like when they scattered on the flight deck. So does that make me the sane one? Because I wasn't willing to be on a flight deck where I could get blown off of the top of an aircraft carrier about 6 stories above the water and go splat. I was in a submarine. I wasn't getting blown off of anything. Well, that's probably a poor way to word things. Anyway. 23 years ago. I got out 14 years ago? And sometimes it seems like just yesterday. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. Living below the hangar bay. Although I can't imagine it's very quiet under there. Oh, and how is your mate faring too, by the way? I think it was you telling me about that, weren't you? I can't imagine climbing up that many ladder rungs. See, now that would freak me out. I bet the highest I've ever gone was 4 stories on an external or an exterior ladder with a cage. And I'm sorry, but with or without a cage, man, if you fall off that sucker, you're still falling. Unless you get lucky enough to have an ankle get caught between a ladder rung. Ugh. We need to talk about something more pleasant. So, okay, so the vintage street light, that is being done. Kelly, you haven't seen my TARDIS yet. Oh, that is cool. Oh, that is neat. I need to spin it. I gotta spin it because it like gets it's oh, that's cool. Nice. Yeah, this is this is the first long print. I say long print. It was only like, this was like 18-hour print at 0.2, I think it was. And this was, you could see the layer lines, but there was one blemish on this whole thing. I got the temperature down on this one. Totally on accident. I didn't test it or anything. I just did it. But I mean, look at the you could see the top. I mean, that is just gorgeous. Look how that's so thin, and yet it did it without fail. There's no post cleanup on this or post processing. The raised letters came out perfect, and these had to be printed kind of in midair. The only part that's kind of, I mean, look at that. That's all overhang, and there's no blemish in the overhang. The only part that was messed up was this one corner. It lifted. I was using PVA glue at the time, and you could just barely see what I'm talking about. Where it's transparent there, that's where that corner lifted. So, I mean, it was a fantastic, awesome print. The FT5 surprised me by printing this in vase mode. This was through Cura. The TARDIS was also done through Cura. So I can't imagine what it would look like in Simplify 3D. Let's see. You haven't seen the Batarang. That is, this was done and sliced in Simplify 3D by Paul. And he brought this model over with him when we were troubleshooting the CR10S when I first got it. And yeah, I get to give a shout out to, every time I do this, boop, printedsolid.com. Get your CR10S from here today. Yeah, they actually do a really good job with the servicing and checking the parts. Make sure that you get a working unit when it's delivered to your door. They did run a test print in, I wanted to say Filamentive or Polyalchemy. I'm not sure which, but that is a really, really shiny, like pearlescent orange that they did say they printed on my printer to test it. I am considering doing a torture cube, one of Angus's torture cubes, because I have only done one torture cube successfully, and that's the one that was on Tessa. My ANET A8 that was poorly tuned, and it still printed this. None of my other machines were able to print this yet. They all failed at like somewhere like at the 3rd mark. So getting out of the Navy on 100% disability, 100% from VA. That's, well, I mean, I feel bad. Does he need anything specific, or is he all set? Just, you know, if he needs anything, you know, I don't know what I could do, but, you know, he could certainly, you know, so, but that's, I mean, good and horrible at the same time. So yeah, I've gotten so many nice prints out of this thing. I can't even tell you. I'm like dying because I've had what, 6? I've got 6 printers, and oh, well, that's not too bad. I could live without one arm, you know, fully functioning. I always tease people that I should, you know, have one of my legs amputated or an arm amputated so I can start doing the prosthetics with, you know, more sincerity or understanding. Even though I'm passionate about it, I still, honestly, it's the reality of it is that I honestly don't know what it's like. So yeah, here's the other one. This is that in-move starter finger. So, I mean, the layers are like phenomenal. I mean, I know that the camera is not focusing properly, but still, I think you could tell if something was weird. And as you can tell, I mean, it just pops right in there. I mean, I don't have to. The tolerances are so great on this thing. The only thing I noticed, though, is that this really needs to have some standoffs. So I'm going to have to put some spacers or shims in here before I put this down. Because if you look, this is sitting on soldered joints underneath, and I really don't want that. So I will be fixing that. I mean, it doesn't really matter because this is actually going to be sitting in this once I do switch over to the hand itself. So, but the standoffs should be the same for both. Yeah, see, this one's sitting on the solder joint too. So I really I'm gonna have to do something about that. I don't know if it's gonna interfere with the overall build though, because according to this, it should be sitting flush. So this is, I don't know what's going on with this, but I'm not going to desolder or mess with this Uno at all. I'm gonna just leave it. But I mean, you can see how far up it sits from the plastic. That's because it's sitting on the soldered pins. So that is not what I want, but I will take it. Oh, what else? So we got the fingers organized in a tray in the toolbox right now. And we have talked about the spool thing, which I'm kind of thinking something similar to the one that Joel did, but I can't really show you a good picture of that. But I do want to do one that has the PVC that you can snap in. So it's got like almost like not a snap ring, but it just goes and it pops in and it holds it. So it's like, it's just slightly narrower than the overall diameter of the PVC pipe is what I wanted to do. And I just got to, like Kelly was pointing out, I got to do that frame and all that stuff with that. So I might be able to do a combination of things. I don't know how well they'll work, but we'll try. So, oh God, what else? We may have a sponsor, sort of, for a job. I don't want to say too much. If you haven't heard the FT5 update, watch my last live stream and get the word out. If you don't mind, I would appreciate any help circulating that video as I can. Join print. Oh. There's so, I don't want to be a copycat though. Wait, do you mean joint print or join print? Hold on a minute. Please clarify that one, David, so I can. I do hate having to wait that whole 15 seconds, I think is what the delay is at right now. Matt usually has that answer for me when I ask. I hadn't asked yet. Oh, doing a community print type thing? You know, maybe we could do a community print. I don't know if I have enough people in my channel that are subscribed that actually 3D print though. I know we have a lot of people that do. PVC join print. Oh, you mean like the for the snap fitting on the PVC? I think I was talking about two different things. Really? Holy cow! So it's only like less than 9 seconds behind. Wow, that's unusual for OBS. Although I am not using Streamlabs OBS at this point. I'm using regular OBS, so that makes sense too. This is so cool, though. I mean, it looks like I'm standing in front of trees, other than the, you know, the obvious like aura I have around me. What a relaxing stream. I need to play some nice music. Well, okay. So speaking of which, would it be copycat-ish if we did a community build project at some point? What do you guys think about that? I really don't like being a copycat. I mean, that's why there's a lot of projects that I have opted not to do because of that. It's like there was a couple I think I've had like 8 projects that I started getting ready to do, and then other people like just blew them out of the water and started doing them as well, and I'm like, crap! It took me too long. What, you talking about for the light? Oh, all right, hold on. I don't have computer paper, but I do have lined paper. Was the glare really that bad off my forehead? Oh, hold on. Yes, I can do it. I can do it. Let me see where the light's that. Okay, I got it. I got this. I got this. And guess what I'm going to use? Boom! Came with the CR10, because I do not put this on my build plate. Because it's like sacrilege. That's what I started with, though, was this kind of tape. On my ANET A8 long ago, when I first started back in 2016. Alright, hold on. Let me see if I can get this. Only for you, Matt. Or, only for you, Kelly. Because Matt doesn't care. I put Matt to sleep on a daily basis when I do live streams. Well, it's hot in here. I got a fan blowing. But it's hot in here. And I'm not exactly a skinny dude. Okay, hold on. I'm going to do this. If this doesn't work, or if I kill myself trying to do this, it's your fault. Because I have to stand on a chair to do this without smacking into the camera. Oh, holy crap. That's dangerous. Danger, danger. Okay, so if I break my neck, somebody call 911 for me, would you? Ugh, holy cow, how am I supposed to reach that? Commentary, it's got to be great. You know, I could have taken this off the ceiling too, I guess. You watch, I'm gonna get my cable caught on something. It's got to be weird hearing me saying things like this and not seeing anything. You're gonna see stuff moving around, but oh god. Okay, hold on. This one's gonna be tricky. Let's see if I can do this. All right. We have our light diffuser 100% hung. Okay, hold on. Ooh. Rolly office chairs. It's a good thing to have. Good thing to have. Okay. That really doesn't look any better. What is that spot right there? How is that? How am I not? The thing is like half covered. How high is the ceiling? Just under 8 feet, I think. I can't touch it with my hand. and I'm 5'10". Oh, wait, yeah, I can touch it with my middle finger. Green screen is 100% better. Cool. It's just me, the sweaty person in the room, that's 100% sweatier. Okay. Uh-oh. What just happened? I just lost the camera. Dear, no, not the camera. See, I made the camera angry. The camera gods have screamed at me. Hold on. I'm working on it. I'm getting it. I thought you were going to say, well, the forehead looks a little better, but the face still needs work. Hold on. My camera froze up on me. That is so annoying. Switch. Switch. And switch. Okay. We're back again. You know what I should do? Makeup, please. Here. I'll just do that. I need a towel in here. I don't have one. I should bring one. Where'd you go? I lost the chat. There it is. Tweet what picture? Me holding up my arm? Oh, no tweeting pictures. Horribleness. Horribleness. The humanity. It's out of context, I tell you. Yeah, I do need to have a towel with me. I really do. And I go like this. I'll stick my head through this invisible wall. Like this. And I'll like wipe my forehead. And you can't tell. And then I'll pop back in. That is kind of weird, though. Okay, today we are going to talk about prosthetics. We already did. Is that irreverent? Because I don't think I'm being irreverent. I love people of all kinds, shapes, sizes, and dimension. People are cool unless they're annoying. And when they're annoying, they're just annoying. Checking my battery. Okay, so before I get myself in trouble saying something really bad, I have a couple more I gotta stop hitting the desk or I'm gonna lose my camera again. The arm looks bad. I can't see it. Hold on, let me see. Yeah, a little bit right there. It's funny because I'm not sweaty there. Oh, look, there it goes. Oop, wrong one. Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't know. It's a personality thing for me. I mean, I guess if people didn't like me, I guess they don't have to watch me. You could thumb down my video or thumb up. I don't know how this analytic thing works, by the way. I've been hearing a lot of people talking about the YouTube analytics and how it's unfair and how people are not getting money or all kinds of stuff. And I can imagine that if you were getting a lot of money and then all of a sudden YouTube said, yeah, we're going to change the rules, and then you don't make a lot of money, I can imagine that would really suck. So I don't make any money. So any money I make would just be a bonus. So I don't know. It's hard to relate to things that I'm not actually experiencing. Like I can imagine making like $10,000 a month or something doing YouTube streams and Twitch streams and all that, and then suddenly getting cut down to like $2,000. I mean, I've seen some of the YouTube videos and personalities out there and their lifestyles. Oh man, that would just suck. Yep, there is actually. Okay, so if I change and I can't see the chat when I do this, so just remember that. Filters. You want to see what I'm doing? I will show you what I'm doing real quick. Hold on. Let me see. Share screen. Display capture. Bloop. I wonder if I can do that. Hold on. We're going to do this. Put this in front. Look. Ha ha. All right, so what I'm gonna do is I go into my, this is my camera, and I'm gonna open it up like this. So now you can see me. This is me with nothing behind me. So what I can do is, well, that's just annoying. I would like to look at the chat while I'm doing this, but this isn't the right video or the right section. I need to go into this and go to filters. And when I go to filters, there's a spot here called the chroma key. And I can go in here, and this is what allows me to change the colors that I'm using. That just looks really weird. I'm a zombie. Anyway, so this is the green screen setting. Similarity is the one that I've noticed has the most effect. So like if I do this, I mean, you can see the pleats, but if I drop this back, it makes it a little better for me looking wise, but the brightness does this. So I can knock the brightness down a little bit, and I can knock the contrast down just a touch. And then I might be able to back the similarity up a little. Nope, I can't. I'm thinking I must be jaundiced or have yellow skin tone just a little bit, and I think that's what's causing it. So again, I can back down the brightness a little bit, and that may do fine. So we'll go back to the normal display. Bloop. See, this is what I don't like though, is it ends up getting that kind of noise going on. But I'll probably have to do like a face light, and that'll fix that. And I can go back to doing it normally. But for now, this is the best I can do. Oh, I'm missing something. All right, David, I will see you later. So I think that it probably looks a little better, at least in one way, and worse in the other. But I'm gonna end up going back and forth. We'll get this dialed in one of these days. Ideally, this will look like this over here. So there won't be that transition, but I'm gonna have to do that front lighting in order to fix, although, hold on. You know what, I might be able to do this real quick before we finish up today. Because I think we've yacked, well, not we, me, I've yacked long enough, I think. I gotta turn the CR10S off anyway. And let me grab this. And this may help, and it may not. So just give me 1 second while I set this up. It's really not gonna take me but a second to do this. Like, not an actual second, but let's see how this looks. All right. Well, now I look like a Smurf. Yes, I look like a Smurf. That light is blue. But it's, yeah, that's about as far as I can get it. So that's probably not the best way to go about doing it, especially considering I'm creating shadows now. But you know what? I could try one more thing before I get off here for the night. And again, thank you guys for being so active today. It's been a lot of fun. We're going to turn the similarity down. We're going to turn the brightness down. Gamma, probably lower the gamma a little bit. I still look blue. Look, oh, I'm disappearing. All right, so we're here. It's kind of, my eyes still look blue, but I guess I'll have to call that good enough for now. Oh, that is so close. But good enough for now, I think. I should have done this earlier. That probably would have made more sense. Then there's getting a makeup person to pat your face down to dull reflection, increase production costs. Well, I could just go get some like baby powder, plug my nose, and just smack myself in the face a few times to knock down the shine, the shimmer. I got a lot of forehead, you know. I can't quite go bald yet. I'm trying, but it's just not happening just yet. I don't like hair. It's annoying. It's high maintenance. You got to get it cut and got to get your ears lowered and all that, and it's just. All right, so what else do we got? Do we got anything else we want to add to this discussion before we go? Because this has been a fun hangout. And like I said, I appreciate it as always. But again, nobody's going to watch this because it's so stinking long, because that's what I do. I get long-winded. So. But, I mean, it's almost 10 o'clock my time, which is Eastern Standard Time. And it is high time for me to get out of here. Although I should set up the printer to do another maker coin while I'm at it, because the present color that I'm working on is the black that you saw earlier. So that is, oh wow, that actually does work a lot better having that extra light there. So yeah, this is the maker coin I just completed. The goal at some point is going to be putting these maker coins kind of somewhere, because I would like to tag each one of these with the settings that I used and the type that it is. So I've done that on a couple of these, which this one you can't see because it's got a yellow hint to it. But yeah, see, this is kind of my way of keeping track. This is a 40% infill, so it kind of did not do well. That's because it's got a only a couple of shell thickness on top. So if I added a couple of shells, it probably would have been fine, but it didn't come out completely perfect, and that was kind of annoying. But I will say that I'm very happy with this test print. It's been working exceptionally well, and I'm looking forward to using it as a torture test. But anyway, I am going to call this a good night. Thank you for participating in today's discussion. Kelly, thank you for kicking me in the head. Oh, I'm telling you, what a long night. So if you guys have anything to add, you can certainly go into the description of this video, and you can track me down in a number of media outlets, social-wise. You can also go into the channel's description. I do have a fan mail, so if you want to send me anything, you can certainly send me whatever to that address that's in the description of my channel. I've also got an email address, I believe, in there as well. So yeah, thank you, Rover. If you like, you know, subscribe and thumbs up and all that stuff. Like I said, this isn't, well, this is kind of typical, I should say, because I'd like to say it's not, but this is kind of my format. I really like doing live streams more than I like doing recorded stuff nowadays. When I have something worth recording, I will, but you have no idea how much of a pain in the butt that is for me right now. I don't have my primary studio computer here because I use it at home for other stuff. Transferring that information from here to there is just a giant pain. I don't have an external hard drive that is capable of the speed necessary to transfer the data, or the storage space size for the video. Even at 1080p, these videos tend to get really, really long when you're recording them in studio mode. So I have a lot of growing to do. As program links should help a bit. Oh, okay. Sorry. I was like, I had to think about that for a minute. Yeah, I've got a couple of donation spots if anybody was interested in that. But I mean, like I said, I would never tell you to do that. Please don't think that I'm begging, or pleading or anything like that. Any money that I do get from you guys as subscribers is because you want me to do something. So, I mean, I'm happy to do that. I'm happy to, buy a filament. It could be a $15 filament to try out. Like I said, right now I'm doing PLA, unless I get the that cleaning filament, in which case I will get a little bit more brave. I'm still not brave enough unless I have to run the hatch box, because that's really high temperature PET G. I know there is lower temperature PET G out there, so yes, yeah, I'm gonna try that for the time lapse for sure, at least until I get the Octoprint going. That will help, but however, I still have the issue of storage. The computers I have here do not have a lot of storage capacity, so I don't know what, even at, 1080, some of the pictures come out at like 3 meg a piece. So you add those up, that if it's like, 23, 30 hours of, screenshots, I mean, or not screenshots, but still shots, that can add up to quite a bit of storage. So I'm working on trying to come up with a solution. Eventually, I'd like to get a decent computer with video in here. I would like to get eventually, I would like to get a computer that can handle running an HTC Vive, because there's a lot of really cool things you can do with that, and 3D printing and modeling. So that's something else I want to try. Yeah, thank you again for that rover. I will be checking out those links so I can do the time lapse though. I do got to get an external hard drive that I can shuttle information back and forth with. I think this has 3.0 slots on it, but the external hard drive I have is pretty much full of backup stuff right now, so I can't like bring it here anymore. Thumb drives I don't trust them as much, and they get progressively more expensive the larger you go, so that's been another problem. So I do want to get an external hard drive for this computer. I just haven't done it yet. I can this close to reaching my house from here with my network. So if I got a broadcaster, I could probably do that and connect to my home network, and then I'd be able to transmit the data from here to there and actually be able to work on it that way. Just so you know, I'm like less than 2 blocks away from my house here. So it really is that close, so that is not unreasonable. My signal from my house Wi-Fi is about 700 to 800 feet away from where I'm standing right now before I pick it back up again. The only reason is there's a hill that obstructs part of the signal, so it can't quite get to me. Otherwise, I can get it all the way to the waterfront, which means nothing to you, I know that. But if you look up the address in the description of my channel, you will see what I'm talking about. So what else? I think that's it. So yeah, like I said, biggest way to support me, subscribe, like videos, and whatever. I mean, I'm not monetized, so it's not gonna, really hurt me one way or another. If you don't like a video, just tell me you don't like a video. I'm blabby and I talk a lot and I'm annoying and I put you to sleep. So if you like me putting you to sleep, then definitely thumbs me up here, Router has external antenna. You can use a tin can to boost signal, direct it. Yeah, yeah, no, I could do that too. The Pringles can method is the most popular, I think. They do have, yeah, I could do that, yes. Not from where my router is, though. I could not. It's that would be somewhat problematic. I could do it. It would just require me doing some tweaking, because the modem and Wi-Fi is kind of central to my house. In my house right now, it just has a ridiculous amount of power, which is surprising to me. So. But anyway, I digress, as always, because that's what I do, is I go on tangents. I never get any feedback on this, but I'm going to ask again. If you guys want to leave me feedback on things that I can do right now that don't require spending money, like I said, I don't have any right now. I just went to IRF, so I am Still recovering from that. That was a $300 trip for me, and that's cheap for what most people spent. I didn't stay at a hotel. I drove down, drove back, you know, so 20 hours of driving for 6 hours of fun. And it's one of those things that I got broke. Plus I had to pay rent here, and I had the other stuff, obligations that I had to take care of. So I'm working on getting my cash back in control. I have a couple of small things that I can purchase here and there in the next couple weeks. I am trying to save up for another printer. I do want to get the CNC machine from Folger Tech, which is something else that I'm working towards. But the filaments first, and some of the other projects I got to complete are first. Yeah, you are correct, Rover. I could. So yeah, anyway, that's pretty much all I got for tonight, Rover, unless you got something else. It's been, like I said, it has been an absolute pleasure to everybody, Kelly, Matt, 3D, David. And, you know, I can't tell you how happy Canadian Maker that I have been, you know, being able to get people like you to, you know, come in and hang out with me and say hi. You know, that means a lot. Tanner. So yeah, to everybody that showed up today, and even the people that have been just kind of lurking on the outside, you know, like I said, I appreciate it. And anything you can do to help me boost stuff, I mean, that's absolutely great. So I'm trying to see what that says. I will take a look at that here in just 1 second. Yeah, thank you, Kelly. I'm gonna have to do more streams just so we can hang out now. We may have to do a Google Hangout one of these days. I know I've been talking about doing that with Kat, because Katya, she's really awesome, and I'm trying to figure out what this link is, Rover. This is G, or did I do what I did last time again? Oh, okay. You know what? I will take a look at that in just a sec, because I got to get off the stream anyway. So, yeah, like I said, I mean, I truly mean it, that it is always a pleasure having you guys to hang out with, and to, you know, not just to talk, but to inspire me and, you know, humble me with your presence. So, until next time, I do appreciate you guys stopping by. And the one thing you got to remember, okay, is always just, you know, don't give up on your dreams just because you don't feel like they're attainable. You know, keep striving towards those. Keep creating and innovating and coming up with new products, and let's see where, you know, 3D printing goes. It's going to change. I'm telling you, it's just natural. So until then, you guys have a great night. Thanks for hanging out, and we'll see you again soon.